you're watching.
Welcome to part 3 of my KINECT Ghost series. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I strongly encourage you to do so you have a better understanding of what's taking place on camera. In this video, I'm going to explain to you some of the dangers of inviting or challenging spirits to interact with you. Today, I'm going to give you some insight into the spiritual realm, so I hope you're ready. Caution, if you scare easily, this video is not for you. The clips you're about to see in this video are not from Hollywood. They're captured in real life with the Xbox KINECT. My name is Carlos Santiago, and KINECT Ghost Part 1 and Part 2, I showed incredible footage of paranormal activity caught with the Xbox KINECT SLS camera. But what can go wrong when you know that a spirit is present, but you decide to interact with it? When you open that door, so to speak, you cannot decide to only keep the good spirits in and keep the bad ones out. Any willing and capable spirit that sees an opportunity can act on it. There isn't a bouncer at the spiritual door preventing bad or nefarious spirits from coming in. I have heard horror stories and real-life accounts of innocent and even intentional spirit-provoking gone wrong. I have a terrifying one that I speak about in my book called Pieces by Carlos Santiago. Check that out if you're interested. Another thing I talk about in my book is how some spirits can appear to us humans. Spirits can appear to us in many ways. Although it is rare, sometimes you can actually see them with your physical eyes. However, those are usually angelic or demonic in nature. Most of the time, people see spirit beings or apparitions on camera or video after the fact. My belief is that some cameras see in a different or wider range of spectrum of frequencies than our human eyes. For example, I know this girl who was taking a selfie with her cell phone, and when she looked at the photo, she saw that there was a witch that looked straight out of Clash of the Titans standing right behind her, and the witch was very close to her face. And that was taken with the regular cell phone. Another way that we see spirits is as orbs. They look like transparent or opaque flying balls that vary in size. You can see these with your physical eyes. However, these primarily show up on camera stills or videos. Sure, sometimes it is just a lens flare or dust, but sometimes it's not, as you're gonna see in this video. You can also tell the difference between a dust particle and a spiritual orb by how it moves. These orbs have a different movement pattern that doesn't necessarily flow with the air or breeze. So if you hear things around your house, but you also see floating orbs, that is a sign that you are not alone. I want to point out that although the average person may see the spirit or demon as an orb, there are gifted people who can see the spiritual things as they are. So one person might see an orb floating around as a manifestation of that spirit's energy and can't tell if it's good or bad because it's just an orb, but another person born with spiritual sight may actually see a demonic entity flying around. I've heard stories that when someone dies, people around them can actually see an orb floating up from the body, then continue to ascend up. I've heard also people witnessing orbs flying around at fatal car crashes. So these orbs can be good, bad, or neutral, and without spiritual sight, you really don't know which one it is unless you have some level of discernment or common sense in some cases. It's like if you see stuff moving around in your house and you feel scratches on your body when you sleep, and then you see orbs, those are not friendly spirits. And if you go to a house where someone opened up a spiritual portal by means of a Ouija board or something else, and then you can sense a dark energy or atmosphere, and then you happen to see orbs, I'd probably say that those are demonic or opportunistic spirits, meaning that the spirit could pose as good or neutral at first to deceive you. And when you interact with spirits, a lot of times they seem pretty neutral. They may speak to you by means of whatever device or board that you're using. They may even give you some information about something about your past or about a loved one. This is to gain some level of trust from them. A bad or demonic spirit usually shows its true colors pretty quickly if you shun the spirit or tell them that you aren't interested in communicating with them. They may act out in rage or retaliation. They may even threaten you that something bad is going to happen if you do not listen to them. This is a common trick used by black witches to coerce someone to pay them for money for spiritual protection. They can use this tactic to keep the person on the hook. I know people personally that have gone through this. Side note, you don't ever have to pay anyone for spiritual protection. Seek Jesus for free. All right, let's get into it. In this first clip, it comes from our guy, Michael McGee. After many years of experiments, he concluded he has 2 resident spirits currently living with him. In the past, he said once he moved from one location to another, the spirits move right along with him. Just know, when this happens, that means that the spirits are attached to you personally and not the house or foundation. But I'll discuss this in a future video. You know those paranormal videos that show like the cupboards or drawers opening and closing, but you can't really see what's happening behind the scenes? That is, unless you had a little bit of help into the spiritual realm. In this case, the Xbox KINECT, which caught it all. To the naked eye, it looks like these cabinets and drawers are just opening by themselves, but with the KINECT skeletal view, you can clearly see a figure or apparition helping itself in the kitchen. Now pay attention to the drawer in the middle. Here is a night view showing orbs flying around. When Michael sees these, there is usually accompanying noise or objects being moved around. This is hostile spiritual activity. These are not good spirits doing this. It could be one of the resident spirits, or it could be another spirit that hitched a ride when Michael tried to make contact. In this clip, this is Michael's computer room. He's been having a lot of paranormal activity here, so he set up his Xbox KINECT and placed a REM pod on his chair. The REM pod detects electromagnetic fields and static electricity emitted from humans and spirits. In the normal KINECT view, you cannot see anything on the chair, but as soon as you switch to the skeletal view, you can clearly see the KINECT picked up a figure sitting on the chair. For double confirmation, the REM pod is going off like crazy. How much more assurance would someone need at this point? Just a little more. Michael set up his keyboard at the computer desk so the ghost can send a message. You can see the empty chair move and hear the keyboard type. If you zoom in close enough, you can see the keys depressing. All of that I just showed was crazy, but this to me is just terrifying. In this clip, it shows what appears to be Michael's living room. If you look to the shelves, there is a ceramic white bunny, and it is facing what looks like a frog decoration. Watch what happens. The white bunny appears to move closer to the frog. The frog stays still, and then you can see it slowly backing up. This is terrifying. You are witnessing full-blown demonic activity.
Hearing something just outside the room. I do have a camera out there, so hopefully it'll... Hello?
In this final clip, for the first time, the spirits engage with Michael physically. Also note that the orb can be seen on camera right before the interaction. Michael finally realizes that he messed up, and something else came in besides his usual ghost buddies, and he wants it out.
Okay, so just as I was shouting hello to, like, I was hearing some footsteps outside, so obviously I'm shouting hello, making sure that no one's come in while I'm doing this. It went really quiet, and then just as the noises outside stopped, I felt, it almost felt like a little breath on the back of my neck. Okay, are you a male spirit? Look, whoever you are, you're not welcome here into this session. I would like you to leave my house now. This session's over. Any spirits that are still here and want to communicate, I'm sorry, we're going to have to try this again another time. The spirit that's just entered, I want you to leave my house right now. You are not welcome here.
Well, there you have it. Ghost hunting and ghost experiments are all fun and games until someone gets tormented or possessed. Again, you can't control who or what you allow in when you do these kind of things. And because you invited them, they may want to stick around for a while. So I strongly advise against doing these kind of things. I always say it's easier to get spirits in than to get them out. I even know of some popular spirit channelers that have a hard time getting some to go. They only know how to get them in. And then they have to ask for backup or reinforcements because they don't know what to do. Who would have thought? At some point, I'm going to bring a guest on this channel to talk about their experiences with their experiments that have gone wrong. And believe me, you're not going to want to miss this. Are you currently being harassed or tormented by unexplainable phenomenon? Well, very soon I'm going to be dropping a video on how to get rid of these evil spirits. So stay tuned for that. And if you're new to this channel, please help out a small channel like this one with a like and a follow for more, and I'll catch you next time.